Hello, everybody. My name is Dr. Neha Hamilton, and we are covering this topic called terminology of social media. So, today's lecture agenda is to make you understand the various terminologies, for example, augmented reality, hashtag, all these words you are going to understand in today's class. And the second lecture agenda is to make you understand the applications of these terminology in real life digital marketing. Okay, so before wasting any time, let us start with the class. So we are going to understand that what is basically AR. So do anybody has any idea about AR? Do you know what is augmented reality? Have you heard of augmented reality before? Okay, so if you don't have any idea, let me tell you that whenever you swipe left on your Instagram, as soon as you open your Instagram, you swipe left on your Instagram. And there are a lot of filters if you see at the lower part of your phone screen that there are a lot of filters. Now, there are some filters which are specifically designed to promote a particular product. For example, you can take a selfie in which you are wearing a crown on which Pepsi is written. So, this is an example of augmented reality or virtual reality, uh, in which we engage the customers, we engage the users in such a way that unknowingly they are promoting our particular product. They are also enjoying that particular act in which they are taking a selfie, maybe a animated character or a cartoon character is there in front of their face, and they are enjoying it, they are sharing it with their friends, and at the same time they are promoting a particular product. So that is called as augmented reality. So I am going to share a video on augmented reality. You have to watch this video carefully to understand the meaning and concept of augmented reality. And basically, the motive of showing you this video is to actually make you visualize that what are the various AR tools that companies are using nowadays as a part of their digital marketing strategy to promote their product or services. So
Amazing examples of how augmented reality is now used in business to really delight customers. Augmented reality is changing businesses. AR, for short, is basically our ability to overlay digital images onto the real world. So you see this in windscreens, for example, that could display things, but you can also use your phone camera, your phone screen. So you simply point your camera and your phone screen into somewhere like Pokemon Go was a great example where you could see these little digital Pokemons popping up in different areas. So what I want to do here is to share with you 4 really amazing examples of how businesses are now using this technology. One of the first businesses that started using AR was IKEA, the Swedish furniture giant. And they now have an app called their Place app. And this basically allows you to place their furniture into your living room, into your kitchen, into your bedroom. So you simply use your phone or tablet, you point your camera at it in the app, and then you can place sofas, cupboards, beds into those spaces, and you can actually get a feel of what this is actually looking like in your actual room, which I think is a great example of how this is now being used in practice. Another company I've recently been involved with is Rolex, and they have developed an app that allows you to try on a Rolex on your wrist. So you basically can use an AR app, so you can use a tablet or your phone, to then see what the different models might look like on your wrist. So you can try them out, you can switch the models, you can switch the sizes to get a real feel for it. And you can see how this is pushing online sales, because the only reason you would go to the jewelers is to try them on, to try the different sizes to see what they look like. And you can now do this online. Even a better example is the glasses retailer Warby Parker. So they have started online. They always thought about what is the difference between online sales of glasses and real shops. They now have lots of shops as well, but they wanted to compete online initially and make this a big differentiator. So they thought, actually, what is happening in the real world is you go into a shop, you can then get some advice where someone might tell you these are the kind of glasses that would fit your shape of your head, and then you can try them on and then you buy them. The problem is that the range is usually very limited, and you might not have someone that can give you really clever advice. So they are now have this taken online. So if you have an iPhone 10, for example, that has the face recognition capability, so it uses basically 30,000 dots, invisible dots, to create an infrared image of your face. So you now have a complete print of your face, and they can use augmented reality and virtual reality and artificial intelligence to now recommend glasses to you. Say, these are the kind of glasses that might fit your particular shape and your style. And then you can use the camera in the app to try them on. So you can virtually try them on in augmented reality. You can look at yourself and you see these glasses, and you can switch the models, you can switch colors. And for me, this is leading edge. The fourth example, very recent, is Nike. They basically sell sportswear and trainers, and what they wanted to do is they wanted to have this ability for people to order the right size of trainers, because if you order them online, you're never quite sure will they actually fit me or not. So what they did is they designed an AR app where you basically use the app, you point this to your feet when you're standing there with just socks on. You position them correctly in the app, and then it will measure your foot size. And this is a bit like going to a proper fitting. When I take my children to have their school shoes fitted, they will measure the width and the length of the shoe, because it's important, obviously, that they have the right shoes for their age. And the app can now do exactly the same. And so this then the app will then recommend shoes that will definitely fit your shape and your size. So when you order them online, you know that they're going to fit. So for me, they are 4 really interesting examples. So if you are selling anything on...
Okay, so just now I have shown you a video in which some great examples of augmented reality have been shown. There are a lot of companies nowadays which are using augmented reality to make the online experience as real as possible. And we have seen a furniture shop, you can just point your phone camera in your vacant room and you can place any sofa or furniture in your kitchen, in your bedroom, in your living room, and you can see that whether that furniture matches with your room, whether that furniture looks good in your room or not, right? In the same way, there are a lot of cosmetic apps, beauty apps, in which you know uh, virtual makeup is there. I mean, you just have to select the shade of the lipstick and you can just upload any photo of yours, or it can happen real time also. You can switch on the shades on your face and you can choose the shade that suits your skin the best, and then you can straight away take it. So this online experience in which augmented reality is being used is actually as good as a physical shopping experience, right? Because when you go, even better than that, this is what I think. Because if you go to a furniture showroom, there are only limited number of inventory which are available. But If you actually go online and search for a furniture, you will get thousands of options. And even you can put that furniture virtually in your room, and you can check that whether it matches with your room color, room paint or not, and things like that. Also, the example of Nike was very interesting that we have just seen. That what happens with shoes is that sometimes we are not sure of the foot length, and sometimes we are not sure of the size. There is this US size and this UK size, so we are always confused between them whenever we are doing online shopping. So to tackle with this problem, Nike has come up with a foot measurement, uh, thing in their app, in which you just have to take the picture of your foot with your socks on or without your socks on, and then the app is going to tell you that what size is actually going to fit you. In the same way, we have lenscard.com, which is a very famous online website which are selling glasses and specs. So again, this is a better experience because now at a time of pandemic, it is not very advisable to go outside and try out different frames. That is not something which is safe and hygienic. So when you open lenscard.com, he will tell you to take a picture of yours, upload a picture of yours, or turn on your front camera. Once you turn on your front camera, you can just swipe the different number of frames on your face, and you can finalize a single frame, right? Same thing happens with a lot and lot of e-commerce websites. So this is the first terminology of social media that I wanted to teach you is augmented reality. Augmented reality is means a real image is there on which you are superimposing a artificial image or a artificial product only to increase the ease of customer purchasing a product or to make it a smooth operation for the customer before buying a particular product. Just think of a scenario. You go to a cosmetic shop, you try on some 50 different lip shades, using it and then wiping it and then using it and then wiping it. And just think of that online platform that is provided by Lakme, in which there is no need to do all these exercise. You just have to swipe the shades and you can select the shade, and that shade will be delivered to you within 7 working days. So, this augmented reality is in fashion nowadays. Various websites are using it. If you check on your Facebook, if you check on your Instagram, whenever there is an option of uploading a picture, you can scroll left or scroll right, and you can see that a lot of companies are promoting their ads through those AR images. For example, a beautiful girl wearing a crown on which some Cadbury is written, right? So that is basically AR that is used for promotion. But the girl herself is thinking that maybe I'm very cool or I'm looking pretty and these kind of things. But she unknowingly is actually promoting that product. After AR, we are going to understand what is engagement, right? So for the first, let us understand what is engagement. This is not that kind of engagement that happens in real life. This is virtual engagement, right? So whenever uh, you make a social media post, you post something on Facebook or Instagram. Generally, you want to find out that how do people like this particular product. Now, how do you find out? By calculating the total number of likes, the total number of reactions, whether people are sharing it or not, whether people are liking comment on writing comment for it or not, whether people are reacting it or not. You scroll down your Facebook page, and there are some things that capture your attention, and there are some things that not at all take your attention, right? So there are a lot of things which are important. And what is engagement rate? Basically, engagement rate tells you that whether people are liking your product or not. Okay, so for example, if a user on your Facebook page has reacted to your post, by choosing to like it, they have engaged it with that particular post. So engagement means if the customer or the user is liking or sharing or commenting or even reacting. Reacting means posting a smiley on that particular post. Okay, so that is how we calculate the total engagement rate of a particular post. More the engagement rate means higher the response we are getting from the customers. That means customers are liking our particular post, people are taking interest in that post, and accordingly we can make the future digital marketing strategy. Okay, so right. So just give me a moment. I am sharing a screen with you, a Facebook screen. Yes. Okay. So I hope this screen is visible to you. This is the official Facebook page of Nescafe, and you all know that Dalgona coffee is something that was so much in trend. You know, everybody was talking about Dalgona coffee, and even there was a hashtag campaign in Instagram. Everybody is talking about this new kind of coffee in lockdown, that is Dalgona coffee. So, taking advantage of this particular Dalgona coffee, Nescafe has shared a recipe of Dalgona coffee. And first, you watch this advertisement, and then you tell me that what is the total engagement rate in this particular post. Okay, you have to calculate the engagement rate in this post and tell. Okay, so you have seen this advertisement. Now tell me what is the total engagement rate? Can you find out the engagement rate by looking at this ad? How will you calculate the engagement rate? Tell me. Can anybody just try it? Wild guess.
Like, comment, views.
Like views. Right. So if you look at here, total 342 people have reacted to the story, right? 20 people have commented on the story, and there are total 31,000 views, right? So views is also something that we are going to add in our engagement rate, because if you are viewing it, you are engaging in it, right? So if I viewed this particular recipe, that means I'm interested in this particular recipe. So you have to add 31,000 plus 20 plus 342, and you also have to find out the number of people who have shared this particular post. So maybe this is not visible to us, but I'm sure this will be visible to the company itself on their, because this is their commercial business page. So this will be the total engagement rate of this particular post, right? What will be the value? It will be 342 plus 20 plus 31,000 plus the total number of shares, which is not visible here, right? So this is how you calculate the engagement rate of a particular post. Right. So we have seen two things till now. We have understood what is called as augmented reality, and we have also understand what is called as engagement, which are two most important features of social media advertising, right? Now the next thing that we are going to understand is called as ephemeral content. Now what is this ephemeral content? It, ephemeral means something which is short lived, okay, something which has a very short life or something which is temporary, that is called as ephemeral content. So ephemeral refers to the content of social media that disappears after a set period of time. This type of content is seen most frequently on Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. So, ephemeral content means a content that we post in the form of stories, right? On Facebook, we post stories that lives maximum of 24 hours. On Instagram also, on WhatsApp also, we have these kind of status updates. On Facebook we have story updates. On Instagram we have story updates, right? So these are the stories that are actually short lived. You can upload any video, any picture, any audio, anything. And nowadays you can also add some caption and some music to it, right? For example, Instagram stories and Facebook stories are limited to a lifespan of 24 hours. On Snapchat, messages to friends disappear as soon as the user has left the app. So on Snapchat also, once the user has left the app or has logged out, the messages are no longer available or seen to the users after having opened the message. So these kind of content is called as ephemeral content. Now, why we are understanding this ephemeral content? Because as a digital marketing manager, or if you take up a position of social media manager, there are some things that you need to update on a very frequent basis on a company's business website or on company's official website, just to keep in touch with the customer, right? Because it cannot happen that you are only posting the stories when you want to market a particular product, or when you want to promote a particular product. That ways it will become very boring. For example, I have shown you a Dalgona coffee, very small video clip. It was very interesting, right? So they are not only promoting the coffee, but they are also showing a small trending recipe, right? In the same way, you have to keep in touch with the customers by posting these kind of Instagram posts or Facebook short stories posts. According to Kleiner Perkins, Facebook video ads are viewed for not more than 3 seconds, right? So, whatever Facebook ads you post on, people watch that video for not more than 3 seconds of time. In light of this, make sure to communicate your message or hold their interest early on. The first 3 seconds are more impactful than you think. So whenever you will become a digital marketing manager or social media manager one day, so you have to make sure that whenever you are posting these stories, first 3 seconds of the stories should be impactful, and they should be like catch the focus of the audience. The audience should like it, they should take interest in that particular post. Otherwise, they will just swipe left and they will move to the next story, right? So you have just first 3 seconds in order to make a mark of yourself in the mind of the customers, right? Specifically, when we talk about the ephemeral content. Uh, so here is a picture. Okay, here is a picture of taco, and you can see that this taco has ears and teeth and a pierced tongue also. So this is something that will grab my attention. Instead of putting a picture of a simple taco, putting the ears and mouth and teeth of this taco is definitely going to grab my attention as a customer or a user. So this is a ad, display ad, which is actually designed by Taco Bell. So as a digital marketing manager, you have to come up with these kind of innovative, strategies, innovative ephemeral content that should, make the audience more thrilled and more excited. Next point is make it meaningful. The first thing that we have started is first 3 seconds are very important. If you are not able to make a mark in the first 3 seconds, the customer is going to swipe left and going to jump on the next story on Facebook or Instagram, right? So first 3 seconds, either using a very powerful message or a very innovative image or a very powerful message can make a mark. Okay. Now the next point is make it meaningful. A well-woven story is one of the ways to get your audience engaged with your content. One of the ways to do is to include CTA within the first second. You can also split the stories into parts. Just make sure that each section is unique enough to hold the viewer, right? So, it is important to understand that, you know, uh, I am showing you this image of Priyanka Chopra and Nick Jonas, which are incredibly good looking couple, right? And this is basically, an ad which is put forward by GQ Australia, right? And you can see that this is actually a story, right? So this story goes on, right? For example, it may have started with when Nick and Priyanka they met for the first time and how they met each other and how they got engaged, how they got married. See all the traditional outfits that Nick Jonas wore to his wedding to Priyanka Chopra. So by going to this website, you can actually find out those Indian costumes as well as Western costumes that they wore at their meeting. So this is something which is very interesting. Why this is interesting? Because they are very famous figures. If you are using their pictures, if you are writing a story in it, moving a story and slowly and gradually you are moving that story forward, that too in one post or in the post gradually in 2 3 days, right? So this is something that can grab the interest of the audience. So always try to make a small story whenever you are giving or promoting a particular product. Now the next thing that we have to understand is called as filter. Filter are used on certain social media platforms as a way of users to edit their photos. Each filter offers an overlaid effect that can be placed into the images, and the feature is most popularly used in Instagram. So you may have seen on Instagram that there are lots of filters available when you take your selfie or when you upload your photos. You know, you can use a retro theme, and you can use a lot of different themes, animated themes, Christmas theme, Diwali theme. There are lots and lots of themes, unicorn theme, right? So that ways you can do change in your selfies and you can upload them. So this is again another promotional tool which is used by social media marketers. Next point is called as handle, right? So this is an example of filter. This is an example of AR filter. Here, if you can see carefully, Gucci is written, right? So she's taking a selfie in which she's getting a beautiful crown, some retro, hairstyle, and all these things. Here also she is promoting Gucci. Here also she is promoting Gucci. So she never know that she's taking the selfies and uploading on Facebook, and at the same time she is promoting this brand called Gucci also, right? So Gucci is one of the premium brand which has done some kind of a partnership with Instagram, that this beautiful AR filters are uploaded on Instagram, that you can take your selfie and you can also upload them on Instagram. Okay, so this is again a AR filter which is used by Ben and Jerry's. Let me share the screen with you so that you can see it, how this actually works. So this is like a game of catching marshmallows, right? You have to actually open your mouth and play this game. So we all are aware that these kind of games are visible on TikTok. These kind of games are visible on Instagram or even on Facebook. So through these kind of AR filters, you are actually involving the customers. You are actually making them part of a particular thing, right? So we have covered ephemeral content, and we have seen that first 3 seconds are important. And also the thing which is important is that you have to try to add a filter in on a social media platform. Now, the next term that we have to understand is called as handle. A handle refers to users' account names on Twitter, but it can be in reference to other social media platforms too. Each handle is unique and can be used to find or mention others' users on the platform. A user's handle is at the rate symbol followed by the account name. So why handle is important? Handle is important because it is your name. It is the company's name, or we say that this is their Instagram handle, this is their Facebook handle. That means by this name they are available on Instagram, and by this name they are available on Facebook. The next thing we are going to understand is called as AR filter, that we have already covered actually. So AR filter is where objects that appear in the real world are enhanced by computer generated images. So you can enhance your selfies, you can enhance your images by putting an animated cap or a crown or a different hairstyle, or a very very high makeup on your face. So this could be something as simple as adding a hat or a awe-inspiring or creating a musical experience, right? So that is AR filter. Now, why should brand use an AR filter? What are the benefits of AR filter? Let us understand. People use AR filters because they are fun. It's simple as that. A lot of people have a free time. you know you are uh, you are busy for very few moments. For example, college students, they have very few lectures and rest of the time they are free. So they are just scrolling their Facebook pages, Instagram pages, and how about trying out some new AR filters on your own selfies and sending it to your friends for fun. So for people it is more like a fun event, right? Think about some of the most famous AR filters, from the traditional dog face filter and floral crown. They are all fun to use, and the selfies tend to be quite flattering. So we have different apps also. Through these apps, you can put some filter or put some gloss or put some makeup or some object, in your selfie. You can nowadays it is very easy to take a selfie with a tiger. It is very easy, right? So this is uh, through these apps you can take selfies. Now, what are the key benefits? Let us understand the benefits. Why should digital marketers use AI? The first is increase awareness of the brand or product. So it is a great way to showcase the new beauty line by telling people test how a lipstick looks on them, right? So this is like very interesting that virtually you can try out any product. We have seen example of specs, um, or frames. We have seen examples of furniture. We have seen example of beauty range. We have seen examples of shoes. There is nothing you can't try online. You can literally try anything online. Even there are interior designer apps. If you search on your Android phone, you have interior designer apps also, whom if you put your camera in a room, they will give you a lot of suggestions, and accordingly you can decorate your homes. So this the first benefit is that people are actually enjoying it, and this experience is making them very easy to make a purchase. Increase engagement. AR filters are a good way to interact with your audience and boost engagement. You could encourage people to tag you in their stories when they use the filter to enter a competition, right? So, whenever you are using AR filter, it is better to tell people to tag your product or your brand in their selfie, so that give them certain temptation, like you can win a prize, you can win a hamper or things like that. So this is the second advantage of AR filter. There are help you stand out. There are many brands on Instagram. Adding a AR filter can help showcase just what makes you special. So that particular, just using a particular AR filter can make you different from others, can make you more attractive from others. So why not use that, right? Next is uh, potential uses of AR filters for marketing. So the possibility of AR filters are endless, but we have broken down into four categories, right? So we have to understand the four potential uses of AR filters. The first is change characteristics. These are the filters where you add a decoration, whether it is adding a beard, sunglasses, or animal nose. This is fantastic for brands that have key characteristics. Workout brand Sweet created a filter with a sweet band, and Gucci created a series of three different filters, allowing people to choose between Renaissance and Baroque periods look. So these are like some retro images, some old images. You can choose a Gucci filter, you can take a selfie, and you can upload on your Instagram. Your friends will be excited. You will be excited to see the comments that how people are reacting. And at the same time, Gucci is also promoting a product. So I have shown you this game filter. If you have installed these app of games, for example, I have just shown you a game app where you have to catch marshmallows by opening your mouth. So if you are using this kind of a game filter, which are used by very famous companies like Starbucks, McDonald's, Burger King, they invented these kind of using gaming applications in AR filters, right? HBO has created a face filter to celebrate the final season of Game of Thrones. So I'm pretty sure that you all are watching Game of Thrones, which is a very, very famous Netflix series, right? So this is a selfie filter in which Game of Thrones filter is being used, right? Now, yes, we have some, AR filters through which You can take virtual trip of a particular area also. Means not if you cannot physically go to that place, you can virtually visit that place, right? So this all we are going to cover in the next class. So I think that's enough for today. Otherwise, it will be too much for today's class. So in today's class, we have covered various terminologies of social media in which we have understood what is AI filter, what are handle. We have seen what are the potential uses of AR filter. We have used that gaming and changing characteristics can be used for AR filter. We have also seen what is called as ephemeral content. We have seen that ephemeral content is something which is short lived, uh, like for a lifespan of 24 hours. And we have also seen how do you calculate the engagement rate by likes, reactions, shares, comments, and even the views, right? So these are all things that we covered in today's class. So that's it for today. Do you have any doubt or anything you want to ask in today's class? Okay. So thank you so much for joining. I am ending the recording now.